Osama bin Laden, Life, Ideology, and Death. Osama bin Laden was one of the most controversial and infamous figures of the 21st century. He was the founder of Al-Qaeda, a terrorist organization responsible for several deadly attacks, most notably the September 11, 2001 attacks in the United States. His life, ideology, and eventual demise had a significant impact on global security and politics. Early life and background. Full name: Osama bin Muhammad bin Awad bin Laden. Born March 10, 1957. Birthplace: Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Family background: Osama bin Laden was born into a wealthy Saudi family. His father, Mohammed bin Laden, was a successful Yemeni businessman who founded the Bin Laden Group, one of the largest construction companies in Saudi Arabia. Osama's mother, Alia Ghanem, was of Syrian descent. His father had multiple wives and over 50 children. Osama grew up in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and was deeply influenced by conservative Islamic teachings from an early age. Education: he studied economics and engineering at King Abdulaziz University in Jeddah. During his university years, he became increasingly influenced by radical Islamic ideologies, particularly the teachings of the Muslim Brotherhood. Involvement in Afghanistan and formation of Al-Qaeda. Soviet-Afghan War, 1979 to 1989. When the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan in 1979, Osama bin Laden traveled to Afghanistan to support the Afghan Mujahideen Islamic fighters. He used his wealth and connections to recruit Arab fighters and provide financial and logistical support. During the war, he established training camps and helped bring in foreign fighters, who later became the core of Al-Qaeda. Founding of Al-Qaeda in 1988. In 1988, Osama bin Laden officially founded Al-Qaeda, meaning the base. The organization aimed to establish an Islamic government and wage jihad, holy war, against Western powers, particularly the United States. Anti-American activities and attacks. Exile from Saudi Arabia and moved to Sudan, 1992 to 1996. After the 1990 Gulf War, Osama criticized the Saudi government for allowing U.S. military forces to be stationed in Saudi Arabia. In response, Saudi Arabia revoked his citizenship in 1994, and he went into exile in Sudan. In Sudan, he expanded Al-Qaeda's network, trained militants, and planned attacks against Western targets. 1998 U.S. Embassy bombings. On August 7, 1998, Al-Qaeda carried out coordinated bombings at U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, killing more than 200 people and injuring thousands. In response, the United States launched missile strikes on Al-Qaeda bases in Sudan and Afghanistan. This escalated tensions between Osama bin Laden and the U.S. 2000 USS Cole attack. On October 12, 2000, Al-Qaeda suicide bombers attacked the USS Cole, a U.S. Navy destroyer in Yemen, killing 17 American sailors. The 9/11 attacks, September 11, 2001. The most devastating attack orchestrated by Osama bin Laden was the 9/11 attacks on the United States. Attack details: 19 Al-Qaeda terrorists hijacked 4 commercial planes. 2 planes crashed into the World Trade Center Twin Towers in New York. 1 plane hit the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. The 4th plane, United Airlines Flight 93, crashed in Pennsylvania after passengers tried to take back control. Casualties: nearly 3,000 people were killed, making it the deadliest terrorist attack in history. Consequences: U.S. declared the war on terror and launched military campaigns in Afghanistan. The Taliban regime in Afghanistan was overthrown in 2001. Osama bin Laden became the world's most wanted terrorist. Osama bin Laden's hiding and death. Escape from Afghanistan. After the U.S. invasion of Afghanistan in late 2001, Osama bin Laden fled and remained in hiding for nearly a decade. He moved between Afghanistan and Pakistan, avoiding capture. Operation Neptune Spear. Osama bin Laden's death, May 2, 2011. On May 2, 2011, U.S. Navy SEAL Team 6 conducted a covert operation in Abbottabad, Pakistan, where Osama bin Laden was hiding in a fortified compound. Operation details. SEALs raided the compound at night using helicopters. Osama bin Laden was shot in the head and chest. The operation lasted around 40 minutes. His body was buried at sea to prevent his grave from becoming a shrine. Impact of Osama bin Laden's death. Al-Qaeda weakened significantly but did not disappear. New terrorist groups, such as ISIS, Islamic State, emerged. The Taliban regained power in Afghanistan in 2021. The U.S. continued its war on terror, but the global threat of terrorism remains. Conclusion. Osama bin Laden's life and actions left a profound impact on global politics and security. His ideology and terrorist activities led to wars, thousands of deaths, and long-term instability in many regions. While his death marked the end of an era, the extremist ideology he promoted still influences some militant groups today.